Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Rock to a podcast. Rock to and chisel on that thing! Today, we'll be going over some pretty interesting topics. I'm very excited for today's little discussion with my friends Alyssa and Jada. But before we get into the nitty gritty, we should do a little bit of a self introduction. Last episode, we did not really get into who we are and what we do. So I'm going to pass the mic to my friend Alyssa so that she can tell you all about herself, her education, her interests, and what she wants to do with her life.
Well, I don't know if we're going to get into all that detail, but I can at least talk a little bit about some of my research history. Actually, I'll talk only about my current research that I've been working on towards my master's. I'm going to skip over my undergraduate stuff, but I've been. I hope the mic picked that up, but Jada over there just burped. She's so bored already about my talk. But I have been looking at the microvertebrate fossils of the Middle Mississippian St. Genevieve Formation at Mammoth Cave National Park, specifically taking a look at the chondrichthyans and a little bit of the osteichthyans, but main focus on those chondrichthyans. And it's been a lot of fun, and I'm still working on it, but I will get that master's degree eventually. Passing it on to Miss Jada over here.
Hello. Okay, my research history. I work with ammonoids. I have always worked with ammonoids. It's never been anything else. As an undergrad, I worked with Hoploscophites, so they're mid-upper Cretaceous ammonoids. And I looked at their sexual dimorphism. So macro versus micro conches. Yeah, big and small. but, for, but for my master's, I'm looking at a group of ammonoids from the mid to late Permian to possibly identify a new species or see if it's within the same genus that we might think it's in. And we'll compare those with a group Anna is playing with my toes.
No, I'm not. I'm not playing with her toes. I'm pretending to play with her toes. All right.
We're gonna compare that group with a group in the Guadalupe Mountains in West Texas. Yeah, it's pretty fun. I'm passing it on to Anna.
Not much to know about me. I like things with long necks. Yup. I did some work on elasmosaurs, and now I'm moving on to what I want to spend the rest of my life on, which are sauropods. I'm interested in sauropod life history. I want to know what they got up to because, man, he just like me for real. Slow and vegetarian, and scared of conflict. Damn. Okay. So, I'm thinking about Taco Bell. Now, I had Taco Bell yesterday. Damn! I love Taco Bell. Anytime I go to the Taco Bell, I can smell the aura from miles away. And when it hits my nostrils, I'm like a bloodhound. I sound like Richard Nixon approaching the Taco Bell. Okay? They hear me and they start making my order the moment they hear my heels clacking against the concrete. Okay? I want, yo quiero, dos, two spicy potato soft tacos. Yes. Y uno cheese quesadilla. Yes, I need it. I know.
You said cheese quesadilla.
I know, but the
It's
Taco
just-
but the Taco Bell's workers don't know that. They obviously fucking
Queso
don't.
quesadilla.
Yeah.
But you know what? Anytime I roll up, their asses are like, let's put chicken in that shit. Let's put some meat in that shit. No! No! No, bro. Horse of disapproval, okay? I don't want that shit.
Alyssa's face.
I don't want that shit, bro. I want 2 spicy potato soft tacos, a cheese quesadilla, cheese, and a large Baja Blast freeze. A large Baja Blast freeze. I need it.
You didn't
I
get
need
that
it.
when we went.
I know. I know. Because I wanted to try. I wanted to be adventurous, Alyssa, okay? You know, sometimes it's really good for us to try new things. I want to try this dragon fruit agua fresca. You know, that agua fresca.
How was it?
It was pretty good. I really kind of wish I had not tried something new. The Baja Blast freeze. You know, don't fix it if it ain't broken. Okay, it's not a situation where you go to the butt doctor because your butt has a crack in it. Okay, you just gotta enjoy the Baja Blast freeze and take it for what it is. I do have to bitch and gripe though. Nothing is free from my bitching and griping. They got rid of the Fiesta Veggie Burrito. What the fuck? Why did you do that? Boy, what the hell? Oh my god, no way. Oh, I loved the Fiesta Veggie Burrito. Okay. I loved it so much. I loved it so much. It had like these little tortilla strips, like these little the little tortilla chip strips. They like had the sauce and the cheese. I think it had beans. It was just like the perfect combination of what I needed. Okay, it was good. The lettuce was always fresh. The cheese was good. But you know what the fuck they did? They saw. Listen, God saw me. God saw me, and you know, he said, "Damn, she's so happy. I need to strike her ass down," and took it away from me. Ripped it out of my hands. Pried it out of my hands. He peeled the digits of my fingers back as the burrito was in my hands to rip it out of my hands. Pisses me the fuck off. But I do gotta say, I love the nacho fry. Jada, what do you get at Taco Bell?
1 sec. I'm responding to Kill.
Well, I can actually go here. So, honestly, if there's an option between Taco Bell or not Taco Bell, I usually go not Taco Bell. It is by no means my favorite. I actually haven't had Taco Bell in a very, very long time. And you know, if you were to hit me up 5 years ago, though, I'd probably eat the whole menu. Back when I was in my fat era. But, you know, I used to always get the cheesy roll up. That's what I would get when I was a kid, and I'd get it with a side of nacho cheese. I was just cheese on cheese on cheese. But I do have to agree with Anna. The best thing on the freaking menu are the spicy potato soft tacos. If I was to eat Taco Bell, which again, I don't anymore, but if I was, I would get the spicy potato soft taco. One thing I do still get from Taco Bell would be a Baja Blast zero sugar, no ice. Okay, they fill that thing all the way up. It is absolutely amazing. You don't need the full sugar version. You get amazing flavor from the zero sugar version. And the one other thing I would eat from there are the nacho fries. The nacho fries slap. They're bussin'. They're amazing. I don't know if they just put taco seasoning on fries or what, but I gotta try to make that at home because it is so good. How does that make you feel, Anna?
I have to agree. I love a good nacho fry. I don't know what Jada's doing. She's vacated the premises. Probably shitting and farting, puking and pissing.
How do you feel about Baja Blast Zero Sugar versus Baja Blast Normal?
I haven't tried the Baja Blast Zero Sugar, but I'd probably be better off if I did. I try to only drink diet sodas if I can, but when I roll up to the bell, it starts ringing. Okay. All right. Jada has returned with
Oreos.
eating Oreos like a chimp
No.
in her palm, gripping it, pushing it up against her face. Not
seen
not-
eat Oreos like this.
not
This is
pursed.
insane.
Oreos.
not pursed
With
between,
your stuffed sandwich cookie.
not pursed in between her index and her thumb. She's like got it palm and just pushing it up against her face.
I'm gonna give my order.
Okay.
Some
Give her-
good-
She's making
Okay.
monkey noises, bro.
How long have we been? Yeah.
Shut up. You're the one making monkey noises, bro. Did you hear? Did you hear? She did it again.
That is not me.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I get something different every time I go. I don't have like a set order.
Freak.
Whoa. When I was a kid, I used to order like the nachos, like the plate of nachos. Oh my god, they're bussin'. They're so good. But now I've been getting the burrito supreme with no sour cream. I hate sour cream. You guys hate sour cream too.
I like sour cream.
Oh, that makes sense.
I just choose not to think about it.
Well,
Kinda
I
grosses
don't,
me
I
out.
don't like it at all.
I love the sour
And then I
cream.
sometimes get a crunch wrap or a Dorito Loco Taco. Yeah, they're good. They're good. But I don't get a drink because I don't like that stuff. But I know Anna really does.
Jada is a Baja Blast denier.
I have never tasted a Baja Blast. I have no idea how they taste. Yeah. Well. Anna, what's next?
So, I don't know about you guys, but my bowels tend to be unhappy with me when I eat Taco Bell. And I think that's normal, okay? At least for people who eat meat, considering that I think that I heard that they use grade D beef in their food. Just Google it. But speaking of doo-doo caca, trace fossils.
Great transition.
So,
That was a great
I know, Jada, I'm just too good like that. Alright, so Alyssa, would you care to define what a trace fossil is for us?
Yeah, so the simplest definition of what a trace fossil is, it's just a fossil trace of an animal rather than the animal itself. So normally we think of fossils, we have our body fossils, which is going to be, the animal itself, and then the trace fossils, any other evidence that was fossilized of the animal. Hello.
All right, we back. We had a very quick intermission. But I believe Alyssa was talking about trace fossils.
Yep, I had just given the definition, and now we're gonna do our favorite trace fossils and maybe talk a little bit about, do we agree with that definition? Well, for me, my favorite trace fossil are fossilized eggshells. I don't know where this fascination started. It might have actually started at SVP, which is the Society of Vertebrate Paleontology annual meeting. Going to some of the soft-bodied talks, hearing a lot about eggshells and embryos and everything like that. But for the past 3 years or so, it's been like a super fascinating topic for me. I absolutely love fossilized eggs, anything reproductive, embryos, all that stuff. I just find it super interesting, and I am actually really considering studying it for a PhD.
My favorite trace fossil would have to be gastroliths that we find in sauropods, just because I love sauropods, and I'm happy that they're getting some help chewing their food, because they're not very good at that. I do feel uncomfortable with, like, I don't know, whenever I think about trace fossil, like, I have a very rigid idea in mind that it's footprints or burrows. And that's definitely something that I have to work past when I think about a trace fossil, because it's like, oh, eggs or eggshells, like, it's not a trace fossil. Like, it might have an embryo inside, or it just feels so not trace to me. Same thing with coprolites. Like, it just does not feel. I mean, I understand that it's a trace fossil, but it just does not vibe with me that way. It just, yeah, that's a. That's my internal biases. But I understand that facts over feelings.
Yeah.
Liberals. Okay.
If you think about it in depth, it is very interesting because, as Anna brought up, embryos. If there was a fossilized egg with an embryo preserved in it, it would be a classic body fossil. It's just when it becomes egg shells only, it's considered a traditional trace fossil. Um, and it's also, of course, as humans, we don't lay eggs or anything like that. So it's really interesting to like think about because we don't have anything comparable to that, which is another thing. But I like to think about it. It was never alive, the eggshell itself, and it never would be alive. So that is why I'm like absolutely firm. It's a trace fossil.
Well, mine are dung stones or poop coprolites.
Of course,
Dung stones.
I would
Did you come
think
up with that?
no, it's like a legit thing. That's I believe what the name actually means. It literally means dung stones. I'm surprised Anna doesn't believe they're true trace fossils because she tends to,
I didn't say believe, it just does not vibe with me.
Okay, almost the same thing.
No,
But yeah, I'm surprised they're not your favorite because you're Anna.
According to Google AI,
And she
dung stones are a common, albeit informal, term for coprolites. Very
Well, I was
informal.
kind of
We're
right.
talking about shit, so.
Yeah. But yeah, they're cool. They look funny. Kids don't like to touch them because they still look like poop, but they're literally just rocks. Yeah. Yeah. And now you can tell, like, the diet of an animal. There's also, like, usually, like, leftover material and fossilized in coprolites.
I would say that's the coolest part about coprolites is like when you find a coprolite that's big enough and like it has like fish scales
Yeah.
or even like parts of undigested bone in it.
Yeah.
It's like super cool.
It's so cool.
Can you imagine passing that?
It's like a gastrolith. Can you pass gastroliths?
No.
No? I don't know.
They just sit in the.
They just sit in the
pouch of
stomach?
I could be completely wrong.
I don't know.
I feel
uneducated
like-
on this topic.
Okay, take this with a grain of salt. I haven't read anything. I feel like at some point you have to pass one or two.
Yeah.
Like, but I don't think it's regular to pass
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. That's true.
Just because, whenever you kind of mush up plants, it turns into a really gross smoothie. Rather than like meat chunks. I don't know. But yeah, maybe that's not the way to think of it. I'm dumb, so don't trust me. But we talked about our favorite trace fossils, and those trace fossils are often left within our very favorite, ever most favorite, wonderful rocks, sedimentary rocks. So, my gorgeous princesses, yes, hello. We are going to consider these sedimentary structures that are our favorites. So, Alyssa, would you like to start us off with your favorite
Alrighty.
sedimentary structure and what it is and why?
So we are excluding trace fossils from our favorite sedimentary structures. Just putting that out there because, that would be my favorite. In my undergrad, I had a very bad relationship with my sedimentology and stratigraphy professor. Even though sedimentary rocks are by far my favorite, they are the superior rocks. I don't like sedimentary structures that much, mostly because of my professor, but beyond that, I find raindrop impressions extremely fascinating. They aren't as common as some of the other sedimentary structures, and that's because the raindrops need to fall on some like soft, fine-grained sediment, and then it needs to be very quickly buried, which does happen, just not incredibly commonly. And some raindrop impressions we can't even say for certain that's what they are because they could be off gassing potentially of some type or something else. But I think they're pretty and cute. And my second place, honorable mention is herringbone crossbedding. I just really like that distinctive V pattern that they form, and that's usually going to happen when they're strong in and outflows, usually in like tidal localities.
Wow, that was very in depth.
I thought
Yeah, because she
I
took
could talk
notes.
more.
Because she took notes. That's why.
I am prepared.
Well, mine would have to be flow imbricate.
What was that?
Imbrications, Alyssa.
One more time?
Imbrications.
Some what's that?
So shut up. An imbrication indicates flow direction of a river. So let's say you have overstacked kind of large clasts, not boulders, but clasts that are kind of ovally, and if they go a certain direction, that can indicate flow direction. They're great, like depositional fabrics. Amazing. But yeah, they're cool because they can be tiny, they can be large. I believe it has to be at least 3 imbrications for it to be an imbrication. I don't remember. But my second favorite is graded bedding because it's cool to look at because it goes from coarse to fine, and that also indicates depositional energy of a fluvial environment. Yeah. Anna?
Hello, viewers. I would have to say that my
Hello, 3
favorite
subscribers.
my favorite sedimentary structure would have to be trough crossbedding. This is because it's a sedimentary structure characterized by curved, scoop-shaped layers.
Literally Googled the definition of that.
I just wanted to make sure I got it right, okay, Jada? I'm very hell bent on getting things correct. Anyways, it's these scoopy trough-shaped beds, in channel deposits where there's unidirectional flow, like a river, or tidal channels, stuff like that. But I really love it when the trough crossbedding is graded. Oh my goodness, bro. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. I love seeing it out in the wild. I'm like, damn. Hello there, sexy. Hey, mama.
Oh,
Yeah.
no,
Yes.
no,
Yes.
Stop.
I'm
gonna leave.
Goodbye. Yeah. This podcast would be nothing without me. Anyways. Yes, but speaking of very, very beautiful things, that we love to see out in the wild, I like a lot of, little different tattoos.
Wait, no, you skipped.
What did I skip? Alyssa's sunglasses? Those are things that I don't think I like to see out in the wild. I'm sorry, Alyssa, please don't be mad. Okay.
Wait,
How
Alyssa,
are my sunglasses a sedimentary structure?
no, it's our next topic.
What?
Alyssa owns.
This was unplanned topic.
She owns these. fugly sunglasses. They're so bad. I don't like them. They're bright teal blue. And they have a phone number on one side. And the other side says orthodontists.
This is teal.
Okay, it's sky blue. They're sky blue.
They're hanging on the door.
And
Go
she
get
wants
'em.
to wear them in
Go get 'em,
every
Anna.
single
Anna.
photo.
I'm gonna go
Every
back to
single
your
photo of
sunglasses.
Alyssa has those sunglasses in them. And I make her take them off whenever we take a photo together because I cannot with those sunglasses. I'm sorry if that hurts your feelings, but I had to state my truth.
You know, but that's her style though. It's just like the Crocs. Her Crocs match. You know, that's the Alyssa way, and I respect it.
And they were free.
Let me defend myself here for a moment. First of all, my co-hosts Jada and Anna both have beautiful brown eyes. Brown eyes. I do not have brown eyes.
What's her eye color?
My eyes absorb light differently than theirs do.
It is valid. It is a scientific thing.
It is scientific.
And so I have more of, I don't know, I have a weird eye color. They're like mostly green with a little bit of hazel towards the iris.
And they turn red when I'm angry, and they turn even bluer when I'm sad. My big, beautiful orbs.
Dude, I'm
in
so
one
glad that's
direction's
not
gonna
true.
combine me with
because
an evil mother.
My eyes would be blue all the time.
They
but
turn black when I'm
either way,
cracking up.
I've always had extremely sensitive eyes. So anytime I go outside, even if it's overcast, I feel the need to wear sunglasses.
Okay.
Otherwise, I have to squint.
So,
And my sunglasses, I just wear one pair and I wear them until they break or I lose them. And I don't care what they look like. For example, the pair I have now was actually a gift from my mother that she got at
Free
Meet in the Street, which is an amazing event where all these local businesses come together and you get to meet them out on the downtown streets. And they have little tables, and a lot of times they have giveaway items. You get like free stuff. You know, it's usually random stuff like cup holders, sunglasses, keychains, pens, you know, just random little things like that. And that's where I got these blue sunglasses. And funnily enough, I like the blue color more than my previous pair, which was a lime green, bright lime green. But before that, I had a pair that I really, really liked that were made from real bamboo. But it literally, I just wear them until they're gone, you know, and didn't know it offended people so badly, and I'm starting a donation fund, the Alyssa Sunglass Fund. I'm taking donations, and I will buy myself a pair of new sunglasses so I can stop offending everyone else's eyes.
Yeah. You should probably do that. Now, back to our regular schedule. Anna, would you like to talk about the next topic?
Another thing that you're welcome to pay for is our dream tattoos.
That was a good transition.
Yeah, I know. I'm just really good at transitions. In the museum, in real life, I just stay popping off in essays.
Right.
You know who else wants me to come on?
Stop.
Your mother wants me to come on her, bro.
Stop.
Yes. Okay, well, that's not what she's saying to me. It's exactly the opposite. Anyways, Jada, why don't you tell us about your dream tattoo?
I really want... So I feel like all of my tattoos right now are kind of hidden. You kind of have to look at them to see. Yeah, like the one behind my ear, or the one on my finger. You never see this one. You never see it. Unless I flick you off, then you'll see it. What? It's right... Oh, what are you doing? Searching my whole finger? It's right there. It's faded. I've had to get it touched up like twice already. and I got it this year. Yeah, they're all on my upper arm or on my legs. But I really want a lower arm tattoo of like some sort of like paleo thing. Ammonoid, yeah. Like I also want a dinosaur.
Ooh, which one?
I don't know.
Poser.
But bruh, wow, that was crazy. That was crazy. I don't know. I like Steg. Or Cosmo would be cool. Like the skull of Cosmo. Yeah. Or like just more like naturey tattoos. Like a fern.
I
Oh
listen to
my
Mount
God.
Joy and I eat oatmeal and oh my gosh, I love my little osprey bag. I'm just so granola. Oh my goodness, I just oh my I love my Yeti mug and my Patagonia shirt. Everybody's got to know that I'm different, guys. I go outside and I breathe air and I listen to Lord Huron and I'm just I wear yellow.
I hate. No, I don't wear yellow.
Yes, you do.
No,
I've
I
seen.
don't. What do I wear that's yellow?
I don't know.
Anna?
I've seen you wear yellow.
I don't think I own anything that's yellow here.
Well, maybe it's just your aura.
Yellow?
maybe I've just been seeing your aura. You didn't know that I'm a visionary or an empath.
My closet is right
You-
there.
you didn't
can,
know
You can
that
literally see
I'm-
my closet. Like Rocco says,
I-
I am tree. I dress like a tree.
Okay, well, there you
Yeah.
go. There
Yeah.
you go, guys. You've
Yeah.
had it. She admits it.
Yeah. But yeah. Okay, Anna, what's yours? It's probably that one that you keep talking about.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
This was supposed to be my first tattoo, and then it didn't happen. And I actually don't know if it's ever gonna happen.
It should happen.
Okay.
It's so funny. if you actually
There is this artwork in a creationist book where it's this Parasaurolophus breathing fire on this T-Rex, and it is the anatomy is terribly antiquated, but like it's just awful, and T-Rex is like, oh my gosh, don't spray fire on me. Please Google it, you'll know what I'm talking about. And then the Parasaurolophus is just not given a crap. Yeah, it's really beautiful. I'm looking for the author right now on Reddit because, yeah. But I would love it in full color, and I would probably like it on the back of my shoulder because that would be really, really awesome. Yeah, it'd be pretty remarkable. The scientist that proposed this was Dwayne Gish, and yeah, Dwayne Gish, I think. Let me see what the book is.
Oh my god, she's wearing the sunglasses, Anna. She went to go get them from the store. That's crazy. Also, that happened like a while ago. They had yet to say anything, which are you good? Can you go on? Can Alyssa talk about hers?
I think the book is called Dinosaurs by Design, based off of the AI overview from Google. Okay, Alyssa, go ahead and yap.
Okay, so this is kind of a difficult topic for me because I really like tattoos. I like, Jada and Anna's tattoos and a lot of other people's that I've seen, but I don't think I'll ever get a tattoo. Like, mostly because I'm scared of it, but I really like piercings. I want to get a bunch of ear piercings. Right now, I just have, my lobe piercing on both ears and 1 helix on my left ear. I want to definitely get at least 2 helixes on each ear and at least 2 lobes. But if I was to get a tattoo, which realistically I don't think I would, I know what it would have to be. It would have to be Heteropedalus elegantilis. Okay? That is the best Condrixian. It is my favorite Condrixian. It's my favorite thing that I've studied so far. So if I was to get a tattoo, that's what it would have to be.
Nice, nice.
It's pretty cute. Heteropedalus
It
super
is.
cute.
All right. Next on the list, our D&D characters. Anna, would you like to talk about Liz Wiz?
I would. Hey, Mama. I have a lizard wizard. Who up Liz and they whiz right now. Yeah, my king gizzard is many hours away from me right now. So my class is wizard. My race is lizard. I'm chaotic good. My background is archaeologist because paleontologist wasn't an option, but it made for a good backstory. I guess I'm smart because wizards have to be, but in real life, I'm kind of an idiot. I have very bad charisma and dexterity, and my hit points are really low. They're 7. Yeah, that's not great. Yeah. You know, I have a dagger. I can bite. Just like real life. It's an inside joke. You guys might learn about that at some day. You gotta unlock the Liz Wiz lore. My armor class is 13 because, yep. Oh, I'm a polyglot. Okay, I can speak common language, Draconic, and cartographer. Wait, no, that's not a language. That's a proficiency. Sorry, I also speak stupid. Yeah. I have an arcane focus and a spell book. And if you really get on my bad side, you also find that I have a whip and a miner's pick in my equipment. And that's not great. I have nature's intuition, right? Because when you're a lizard, you're one with nature. You know, it's just like a very special thing. Yeah. My flaws are that I'm too damn funny. I got asthma. And I have a fear of my Achilles heel being cut by someone hiding under my car. My personality traits that are good is that I love puzzles. I make a mean peanut butter and jelly. I'm funny. Too damn funny. Yeah. And then my backstory is actually extraordinarily very special. Let me pull it up real quick. Okay. Liz was raised by her lizard grandparents with her lizard brother. She went through school and enjoyed studies, but found that humans tended to ruin things that were good and right. Started to piss her off. So, she grew disdainful and chose to study archaeology and anthropology in college in order to understand where human weaknesses lay. Because she's a slay bitch like that. This is how she would take down the human race from the inside out. She understood that humans fail in this regard repeatedly. Pandemics. She explores the world in search of the perfect disease to take down the wretched human race. She finds that she enjoys Dupixent for her lizard eczema, sweet tea, fruits and veggies, and spending time with her friends and family. Yeah, so if you guys couldn't tell, this is a self-insert. But I think it's pretty incredible. Some of my wizard spells that I have are Poison Spray, Acid Splash, and Infestation. Pretty fitting. I also have Grease, Witch Bolt, Ray of Sickness, for whenever I find that perfect ailment. Sleep, Shield, and of course, Magic Missile. Okay, I'm going to pass the mic to Jada.
Nice description.
I know, it's excellent. I'm so good.
Alright. So, my character name is Zendara Morgorath.
Trunchbull.
No. No. I am a Goliath. I am a humanoid, about 7 to 8 feet tall. So I'm overpowering everybody. Everybody.
You know who overpowers us? Shut up. Your mother.
My class is a druid. I'm very earthy. My alignment is true neutral. So yeah, I'm neither good or bad. But shut up. I'm more on the true side. My background is a Knight of the Order.
Okay.
Yeah, my strength is 13. My lowest is charisma. That's my only negative. -1. I have a sling and dagger. Shut up. Why is he wearing those sunglasses? Those are my only current weapons. I can speak common, just like Lizwiz. Oh, I play the bagpipes. I'm athletic, and I am intimidating. I can read giant, and I carry a herbal kit with me. You're not even listening to me.
I am.
No, you're not.
We are. We carry an herbal kit.
Shh. My personality traits. Stop it. I face problems head on. I'm simple, direct, and I believe a direct solution is the best path to success. That's why I'm true neutral.
White knight in it, bro.
My bonds, those who fight besides me are worth dying for. My flaw.
White knight.
Shut up. My flaws. I made a terrible mistake that cost many lives. I would do anything to keep that mistake a secret. That's why I'm mysterious. So since I'm a Goliath, shut up. Since I'm a Goliath, I am resistant to cold damage, and I thrive in cold and high environments. I also am able to shrug off injury if it's that minor, because I'm huge.
What else is here?
Shut up. Alyssa. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Oh, my equipment. I have leather armor. I carry an explorer's pack. I have 10 gold pieces. And I have traveler's clothes. Some spellcasts. My cantrips are a thorn whip, and I can mold earth. I forget what that means. But my spells, I can create or destroy water. That's insane. Beast bond, whatever that means.
Sorry.
I can detect magic, and I can cause earth tremors. Yeah. Shut up. On to Alyssa.
What about your background?
Oh, yeah, don't tell Kale. I haven't done that yet. I haven't done that.
So my name is Myolika. I go by my
literal furry.
for short. I'm a polydactyl tabaxi. A tabaxi is a humanoid cat kind of creature. So I'm a polydactyl tabaxi rogue.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. Please continue. I just had to.
I'm also a sage, specifically an alchemist, and I'm chaotic lawful good, which my my dungeon master has told me means I'm just neutral good. But what does he know? I'm very logical. I care deeply about the well-being of others, and I also have no limits. But that apparently is still neutral good. So that's what I am. My highest ability is definitely my dexterity, as well as I have very high intelligence. And I know everything about medicines, drugs, poisons, potions, all that kind of stuff. I have this ancient text that holds terrible secrets that must not fall into the wrong hands. That is my deepest bond that will be key to my character. I also have a letter from a colleague who has passed away with questions not answered. Along with that, my biggest flaw is that I speak without really thinking through my words, invariably insulting others. I'm equipped with, of course, my rapier, short bow, 2 daggers, and my cat claws. I also have an amazing sneak attack, dark vision, and feline agility. I speak Thief's Cant because I'm a rogue, but I'm also an outlaw. I also speak Abyssal. You'll see a little bit of why of that in my background. I also just have the basic stuff like leather armor, a burglar's pack, thief's tools, some ink, a pen, a knife, and some clothes on my back, of course. But jumping right into my background, I used to work as an apothecary in the demon realm. There's where that abyssal language comes from. While there, I was abused, and that's why my right ear is torn, and I'm also missing a finger on my left hand. So I am polydactyl, so my left hand still has 5 fingers, but my right has 6. While I was working as an apothecary slave, I learned how to. The peanut gallery is is really giggling a lot right now. We got through Liz Withs just fine, but Myolica, there's an issue.
What did I name her again? Like her character, give it a name.
I learned how to survive by stealing and tricking others. And when they took my left finger, they actually used it to make a mysterious potion. That's going to be another key point to my character, as I want to find this mysterious potion. What does it do, and why my left finger? And now I have escaped from this, and I want to explore the world and do it the only way I know how, while also expanding my knowledge and looking out for others. And picture this, okay, everyone without aphantasia, please imagine a beautiful, majestic waterfall. Here I am, just, casually taking a bath while I'm out exploring in the waterfall. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere...
You know who else is what?
We already have a whole recording.
Your mother!
Well, Liz Wiz comes in with her blue tongue sticking out, waving it around. And I, being a tabaxi, leap into action. I'm about to claw out Liz Wiz's throat when all of a sudden...
You know whose throat I'm focused on? Your mother's.
Myolica dies of laughter. By dies, I mean rolls around on the floor, just absolutely LOLing, laughing out loud. And from that moment on, Myolica and Liz Wiz are the best of friends. When, in the distance, I see somebody.
Trunchbull!
And as we all know, I'm an outlaw rogue, and I see a bag full of money that I'm going to steal.
Wait, what? I wasn't listening.
I see a bag full of money that I'm going to steal.
Yeah, you try to gamble with me.
Well, yeah, because
We're trying to tell the story, Jana!
Yeah, because whenever whenever
No, it's
whenever my
Zendara.
whenever Mai's like
Zendara.
whenever Mai is saying this, here's a little secret. Liz Wiz has been in rehab for a gambling addiction. And Liz Wiz wants Mai to gamble instead. Because not only is it fair, but it's fun. So yeah, we gamble.
So Zendara and Myrlica end up gambling, each of them winning certain bouts, ending up straight even, and with a sense of respect for each other. All three of the girls lock together arms and skip off into the distance.
Wow. And we don't know what happens after that. Anyway.
D&D campaign happens after
Yes,
that.
but we haven't gotten there yet. Next week. That's next week. Alright. So, as we end our time with our 50-minute podcast already, we're going to talk about what we're doing this weekend. So tomorrow, this is a secret, we are mounting an Allosaurus after work. And that will take all day. Saturday, I'm gonna drink some whiskey on Saturday. That's what I'm doing. At Wyoming Whiskey, and Anna is gonna DD that because she is terrified of whiskey now. That's another story.
Yeah.
I'm not though. Yeah.
You should be.
Hopefully we'll play D&D also on Saturday. That would be fun. That would be really fun.
So basically, once we get that Allosaurus up, we're going straight to the bars. We're getting plastered. We're getting wasted. Sleeping in Saturday morning. Heading over to Wyoming Whiskey. Do it again, round 2. I don't even like whiskey. I'm going to be pretty much almost throwing up with every drink. But let me tell you what. I've had a week. And I'm ready for some whiskey.
Yeah. Sunday? Who knows?
Maybe round 3.
Oh, no. I don't think about that. Yeah,
PSA,
Sunday?
we are all above the age of 21.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah. Yeah, maybe I'll go outside on Sunday. Go to the canyon.
If my ankle's feeling
Or
better,
Bighorn Canyon.
I might try and run a 10K
Mm.
on one of the mornings.
Yeah, that would be good. Yeah. Alright. And the final topic is that Anna needs to take her shot. Eventually.
I do.
She does.
Do you want me to explain my shot? Or do you...
If you want.
You can't just say like she has to take her shot. You're gonna make me sound crazy. It's for the voices. You know what I'm gonna do to that little punny Batman? No, Joker, no. There's no laws against the Pokemon Batman. No, Joker. Anyways, much like Liz was, I am afflicted with atopic dermatitis, also known as eczema, and it was severe to the point where I was convinced I was going to kill myself, low-key. So they finally gave me dupilumab. It's a 300 milligram per 2 milliliter injection. I don't have the syringe, I have the plunger, and I hate it. It hurts so bad, but I also love it. Because it makes me not want to die anymore, and I actually never get flare-ups anymore, and it's beautiful. I was worried, though, because I was looking up the ingredients, and I'm vegetarian, so I feel a lot of guilt around animal stuff, and I saw that this medicine was made from Chinese hamster ovaries, okay? And I was like, oh my gosh, are hamsters dying like all the time for me? And I was kind of worried. I googled it. I believe that one cell line was started in 1959 from one female Chinese hamster, and her ovarian cells were harvested, and they've just kept that cell line going for nearly, well, I can't count, 70 years now, which is insane to me. Anyways, the hamster died for my sins. I celebrate her on Easter too. Inshallah, that hamster is being treated well in the afterlife. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, but it hurts and it makes me want to cry, but it also makes me want to cry tears of joy. But I hype myself up with JoJo edits. That's yeah, Darth Vader, JoJo. I see Jotaro Kujo and I say, that man wouldn't be bitching out. That man's not a candy ankle like me. I'm gonna take my shot and then I do. Okay. That's my final thoughts.
Alright, I believe that's it. We're almost to an hour.
What you can look forward to next time on the Rock to a podcast. Hear me out. We are actually going to talk about the horseshoe crab ovaries. I've read the article. It's very short. It's very interesting. We're just waiting on these other two buffoons to read it. You're gonna hear about Girl Squad. And a topic I'm looking forward to. We're going to talk about an incident where I was fallen on by an old man.
Anna farted.
No, Jada farted. I asked her, and she's like, no. Jada passed gas.
Okay, we're done.
Rock to and chisel on that thing.